Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. You are officially inside the Back to Business webinar conference, Fire and Focus. Yes! I am so excited. Hopefully I didn't scream out your eardrum. But I am so excited, guys. Fire and Focus, that's what it's all about, how to fast-track your business online. We are going to have an amazing time. And before we get started, I just kind of want to make sure that everything is rocking and rolling for you guys. If you can see the screen, if you can hear me clearly, for those of you who are in the chat, just say yes, yes, yes. I've got my awesome, amazing sister girl, Kim Coles, in the building. We are about to rock it out, Power Circle style. So listen, ladies, before we get started, I just want you to hold on a minute. Sit tight. If you have any questions, you can enter in *6 and 1 into the queue to talk to me so I can talk to you. But we're going to get started in just a bit. I hope you guys are excited. So, ladies, once again, I want to welcome you officially inside of our Back to Business 2-day webinar conference. Amazing, awesome entrepreneurs ready to help you fire and focus your business. We are going to kick things off in just a bit. Just a few housekeeping things, ladies and gents. For those of you who are here, definitely feel free to tweet out. We're going to have some amazing quotes and messages, things that are going to motivate you to move forward. So the hashtag for our sessions is B2B15 for Back to Business 15. If you want to tweet out anything, definitely feel free to do so. And, of course, if you've got any questions at any time, you can hit *6 and 1. For those of you listening via the replays, you can inbox me, lhenry@sistersense.com, if at any time you've got any questions. And, of course, I want to make sure that we've got the conversation going real time, so you can join us over on my Facebook community, which is the Sister Sense Power Circle on Facebook. If you're not already a member, go on over to facebook.sistersense.com so that I can approve you and we can have an awesome conversation over there as well. So Twitter, Facebook, email, live, all that good stuff. Just kind of want to make sure that you guys are clear and focused, fired up, ready and excited for us to rock and roll. So listen, I am so excited. I can't say it enough. I am so excited about all the amazing speakers that we have. Tonight we're going to kick things off with the wonderful, lovely, fabulous Kim Coles, our keynote speaker, talking about how to follow your own personal GPS. Katoya says, hey, LaShanda, I'm super excited. Yay. Guys, definitely feel free to drop in the comment box. Let us know who you are, what you're up to. I will definitely reiterate and share those comments as we are going along here. So listen, our first session is with the lovely, beautiful Kim Coles. She's going to talk about how you can follow your personal GPS. So get ready, get excited. We are actually a little bit early, guys. So right now I'm just going to do some techie things. We've got about 5 more minutes before we're starting on the hour, just so that we can get the webcam ready, we can get the audio looking right and tight, and making sure that we've got everything awesome and perfect for you. So hang tight while we get ourselves together. Kim, I'm going to give you the presenter mode, and let's see how we can rock this out. So, Kim, once you see the presenter mode on your screen, we'll have access to your computer so that we can see what you see, and hopefully we can get the webcam rocking and rolling for you guys. We're early, which is awesome. So much better to be audio. But either way, we're going to talk about how you can follow your personal GPS so that you can get fired and focused. Now, ladies, for those of you who are watching and eagerly awaiting our next step, definitely feel free to, in the comment box, introduce yourself, say hello, let me know who you are and where you're coming in from. And if you'd like to, I would love to hear your voice. You can hit *6 and just to say, hey, LaShanda, hey, Kim, and again, let us know who you are and what you're up to tonight. So either *6 drop it in the comment box so we can have a little meet and greet conversation before we get started. And as I mentioned before, if you are not a member of the Facebook group over on facebook.sistersense.com, that is where you will find our Power Circle community. Definitely make sure you jump on over there so that I can approve you while we rock and roll tonight. So, ladies, once again, hello and hello. We are officially back on live inside of Fire and Focus. So one of the things I said to you guys was I would love to introduce some of you who are here inside the Power Circle. We've got Arlene, welcome, from IT Consultants Business Startup. We also have some awesome ladies here. Katoya is also here. We have got, CapitalCrescent.com. I believe that's Arlene's website. Ayana is the creator of Dare to Dream. She's the founder of Dare to Dream Leaders, empowering youth through educational workshops. We have the lovely Charvette Mitchell. Hello from Richmond, Virginia. Charvette is a web designer, social media coach. Let's build amazing over at mitchell-productions.com. So ladies and gents, continue to share who you are and what you do, and I will periodically hear you, because inside of the Power Circle, the success of your business depends on the company that you keep. And our goal is to make sure that you are in fabulous company. So without any further hesitation, let me introduce once again the fabulous fire starter, Kim Cole. Hey, Kim.
Hello. Thank you so much for inviting me to this incredible experience. You know, I've said this to you before, and I think I'd like to say to everyone that I'm a huge LaShanda Henry fan, a huge Sister Sense fan. I found you. I don't know how I found you, but I was impressed from the very moment that I saw your presence online. We've never met in person, but, you know, this is a testament to this online possibilities. Your authenticity comes through, your desire to help people, as you like to say, make sense of, how do you say it? What's your tagline? Say it for me. Make sense of online.
Make sense of making money online. Yes.
Make sense of making money online. And the sense is not only the sense as in understanding it, but also the sense as in CENTS, saving sense too. And I just appreciate what you do and appreciate how you do it. And I'm so grateful that you invited me to participate in this Back to Business Fire and Focus extravaganza. That's what I'm calling it.
Thank you. Oh, yes, it is. It's an extravaganza. You are absolutely fabulous. I mean, I just can't wait to see you so I can give you, like, the biggest hug ever.
Yes. Well, you know, I have folks who live not too far from where you live, so the hug will happen for sure.
Yes.
And I wish I could hug all the other sisters in the Power Circle here. I love that you have created this environment for women to come together and uplift and encourage and inspire each other. And we see so many examples of not that out in the world. I'm sure there was a more eloquent way to say that. We see so many examples of backbiting and gossiping and cutting each other down and stealing ideas from one another and stealing men from one another and all of that. And I love that you've created an environment that is all about upliftment, if that's a word, encouragement,
yes,
and inspiring one another. So thank you for creating this so that we can come together and do this. So I love it. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, I think that most people will know me as an actress and a comedian. I'm also an author, a playwright, a producer, and other things, a host, a speaker, a number of things. But most people know me as this lovable character that I played for 5 seasons on a show called Living Single, and her name was Sinclair. And I had the extreme pleasure of playing this character for 5 seasons along with a cast of amazing people, and it was such a great time, and I learned so much. And what is one of the things that are memorable from that time is that I have a catchphrase. And this is all going to come through the business. This is going to sound like a show business conversation, but the second word in that name is business. So I am an entrepreneur. As an actress, comedian, author, speaker, playwright, host, producer, whatever my title is, I am an entrepreneur because I am in show business. And one of my favorite, I would say, milestones in show business is I have my own catchphrase. Now, those of us who are old enough on this extravaganza that I'm calling it will remember that there's, sitcoms. There's a sitcom catchphrase that has lasted through the test of time. You have, if you're old enough to remember, Welcome Back, Kotter. So Vinnie Barbarino had "Hey, up your nose with a rubber hose." And if you remember a show called Happy Days, Fonzie, the Fonz had "Hey," there's so many wonderful sitcom catchphrases. Jimmy Walker on Good Times had "Dynamite." And I, as Sinclair, have the distinction of having my own sitcom phrase, and that is "woo, woo, 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 woo." And I love to explain to those who remember "woo, woo, woo," or who may still be watching the reruns, who say "woo, woo, woo," or see this character say "woo, woo, woo." I want people to have the understanding of what's behind that. Woo, woo, woo is a phrase that my mother used to say to me and my baby brother when words would fail her. So if you fell down and hurt yourself, or if you brought home a not-so-good grade and you had worked so hard on a project, or maybe I broke up with my first little boyfriend, and she would just go, "Oh, woo, 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 it's going to get better, woo, woo, woo." And one day I ad-libbed that on the set of Living Single. And the producers liked it so much. I was like, "Woo, woo, woo, Khadijah." And they were like, "What is that? What is that thing you just said?" I was like, "Woo, woo, woo." Like, what does it mean? Well, it means I see you, I love you, I acknowledge you, I got your back. And so they loved it so much that they asked, it allowed me to incorporate it into the show. And finally, the writers were actually just writing "woo, woo, woo" in. I didn't even have to ad-lib it anymore. They just added it. And it has lasted the test of time because of the meaning behind it. It is not just a sitcom catchphrase. It is more than that. It is something that is mine on mine. It's something that my mother gave to me and I gave to the world, and it means I see you, I love you, I acknowledge you, I got your back. And it's very much the energy behind what you've created here, LaShanda, in this experience of the power circle. It's I see you, I got your back, I love you, I'm going to champion your cause. And so I wanted people to understand that and use it as a way of grounding. So yes, woo, woo, woo is this light and breezy thing, because that's how Sinclair was. She was sort of light and breezy and daffy and wonderful. But underneath that is the ultimate cheerleader and saying, I got your back. That is who I am at my core, and that is who I am as I enter into anything, including all aspects of my business. And so I wanted to talk to everyone today about how I turned on my personal GPS system to help direct me to the how I use it all the time, every day, to direct me to the best direction that I want to go and the best destination for me. So we all know that GPS stands for Global Positioning System. Global Positioning System, and perhaps you have a GPS system in your car. I'm fortunate to have that locked in. I just press a button. OnStar is ready. And that's how they do the talk. OnStar. And, the OnStar people come on and they say, well, where do you want to go? And you give them the address, 123 Main Street. And they give you turn-by-turn directions to get to your final destination. And maybe you have it on your phone. You have Google Maps or MapQuest, and I'm sure there's 100 other. LaShanda, I'm sure you know a bunch of other apps that someone can use to get where they got to go. Well, a little while ago, let me back up and say that it is not my nature to be extremely focused. I am an artist, a true artist. I have a creative imagination. Excuse me. I have shiny object syndrome. I'm not going to lie. I have a squirrel syndrome where just like my mind is always moving really, really fast. I'm always coming up with ways to do something better, faster, whatever that is. And I'm sure there are other people here listening to this who understand that thing where it's like you're constantly flowing with ideas. And I'm not the most focused. I'm determined, but I'm not necessarily focused. And I realize that I'm one of those people that the way I work is it's almost like I get into a trench and I dig in that trench. And I get in and I dig and I dig and I dig. And every once in a while I'll pop up and look and see if I'm kind of going in the right direction. I go, okay, I'm kind of going in the right direction, and I keep digging. And I look up and I go, I kind of went off track a little bit. Let me course correct. And I eventually get to my destination, but it's not the most efficient way to work. So I get there. I've been working hard to get there, and I look up every once in a while and course correct, as I said, but I'm not real super focused. I'm not laser targeted. And I would say late last year, I took on a project. I was given my first stand-up comedy special, which is the holy grail for comedy, for comedian, for comic. It's a wonderful thing to get. I started my career sort of very different than a lot of comics. I started doing stand-up comedy, and that led to a show called In Living Color, and In Living Color led to opportunities, and then those opportunities led to living single. And it all happened very quickly. Within, I would say, about 3 years of me starting show business, I was on a national TV show. And so I didn't, as you can see, and in other areas in my life, and even as a child, I didn't have to be super focused because things kind of turned out just fine for me. And as long as I kept digging in that ditch, I was going to end up where I wanted to be. And same way with getting these great opportunities on TV. They just happened for me. It's a wonderful thing, okay? So cut to last year, and the reason why I gave you that detour was because a lot of comedians get a comedy special early in their career. For me, it happened after I was already 29 years in. By the way, 2015 marks my 30th year in show business, my 30th year. Okay. So I was given this comedy special, and I knew instinctively that working the way I usually work would not yield me the result that I wanted. I could not dig and hope I ended up where I wanted to be. I wanted to stand on stage and feel ready with my material, ready to please the audience, ready to please the executives who had given me this opportunity, and ready to please myself. This had been 29 years in the making. I knew that I had to be very direct and very focused and have a plan in place on how I wanted to succeed. And I'm going to stop here for just a second and relate this to everyone who's listening to this. You may have projects or plans or ideas that are in your head, or maybe you've gotten them down on paper, or maybe you mind mapped something, or maybe you just, however it is that you do it. I am clear that the way to get to a destination is to have certain things in place and be focused on your destination. The best way to get a project off the ground, the best way to get a business started, the best way to keep a business growing, the best way to have what you really want, the best way to fulfill a dream is to have the dream, have the outcome in mind, and then work towards the outcome, maybe possibly to earn your best income, in a very directed way. You plan with the outcome in mind is what I'm trying to say. And I'm sure there are people who are listening to this that's not the first time you've heard that. If you plan with the outcome in mind, you will get to your destination faster, better, with less turns, and at least better. You can anticipate the twists and turns that will come along the way. So, knowing that I wanted to have a fantastic comedy special, I planned a roadmap for myself. I got myself back into the comedy club. I went to New York, which is my home. I'm born in New York. I live in Los Angeles now. I performed about 16 shows in 8 days. I went hard in the paint, as they say. I hadn't done that ever, actually. I'd never done that many shows in that period of time. It was about 16, actually maybe 17 shows in about 8 days. I wrote my material. I honed it. I got ready. I performed in L.A. I came home to L.A. and I did more shows. I was very focused. I fine-tuned. I've had a friend of mine who's a comedy writer who knows me and knows my material well. I would send things to her and say, what do you think of this? Give me some other things to use. And we just really made it work. So that the day that I stood on that stage, I felt confident. I felt ready. I felt fine-tuned. And I knew I was moving in the direction of my ultimate destination, which was to have a fantastic special. By the by, it turned out great. By the by, the special is on iTunes, which I didn't even know was going to be an outcome. By the by, it was a great experience because I, for the first time, didn't get in the ditch and dig. I planned my outcome. I planned my markers along the way. I navigated myself towards a great outcome. I put on my GPS. Now, because I think I'm very clever, and by the way, I know you don't have anyone in your circle who is not very clever, I decided to make GPS something else. I decided to take this GPS. It really worked for me. I said, you put on your global positioning system, and it worked for you. How can you share this with other people? And because I think I'm clever, I decided to customize GPS to mean something completely different. And that is gratitude, passion, and success. Because as I looked back at this journey that I took, and I took a look at the guideposts along the way, I realized that I had mapped myself into my desired outcome through my own GPS system, but the GPS was about being grateful for what I already had, being grateful for this opportunity that I had been given, that's the G, being passionate about this gift that I have always had. I never had done a special. No one had ever given me a special. Now my passion could be fully realized, and that's the P. And then the S for success would mean something new for me. In the past, and for many of us listening to this, success means the things that we can buy with the money that we've earned. Success means the size of, could mean or has meant the size of the house that I have, the type of mate that I marry, my social standing in my, in my groups. Do I belong to the this, and the me, phi, me, and the delta, and the sigma, and the thetas, and the AKA, and the links, and all those social standing groups. And by the way, I'm not knocking into that stuff, but we know that those, your social standing in your community is a marker for success. And the red bottom shoes. Especially in this society now, we have this big conversation around, she was wearing those red bottom shoes. And remind me to come back to the red bottom shoes before we're done with this conversation, because I'm going to talk to you about that too. Talk to you about that, the pitfalls, the dangers, the tangent that looking at a pair of red bottom shoes as your marker for success can be, and how that absolutely applies to me, and I'll tell you some stories. and it can apply to you too. I decided this time to make success be about something else. Success was going to be about how I felt when I was done with this project. Success was going to be how the audience, I was going to let the audience's laughter or applause be my measure of success, and how I felt on the inside when I had completed this beautiful trip that I decided to take. And so let's talk about GPS and how you can apply this in your life, how you can apply this in your business, and how you can use it to get you where you want to go. It's all about getting you where you want to go. So what you're going to do is you're going to do, yes.
I have a question for you.
Oh, yes, please do.
I am loving this. I am loving this right now. Hold on, ladies. We're going to do a quick power pause. Hold on. I'm going to put that recording button back on. Yes. Teachable moment.
Here's a teachable moment. You know, when you know where you're going, you can take detours. We know that this is back to business, Sister Power Circle Extravaganza. That's my name for it. I know you have a completely different name, but I'm calling it Extravaganza. I've seen the lineup of speakers that you have, and I am so happy to not only be one of the speakers, but I will be watching and listening to the other ladies as well. So let me start there. But what I love about this moment is that you have now asked me to jump on Periscope at the same time. Well, we know what the destination is. The destination is encouraging and fulfilling and filling up filling up every person listening to this call right now. And I know that that's the destination, but you've asked me to take a little detour to a trip called Periscope. We're going to stop at a little boutique on the way called Periscope. Now,
yes.
How do we do this, LaShanda? You talk me through this, and I'm getting it ready because I have a little rig that I do when I do Periscope. So go ahead.
I love it. Okay, so you get the wig. You got to get it right and tight right now. So I want you to find whatever
the
mobile
wig
device.
And the rig. Now, I'm going to have to call back in because I'm using my phone.
No, you're good. So you're on the phone. You're good. Is the phone the device you use for Periscope?
Yes. Unless, can you use your computer for that?
To do Periscope?
Yeah.
No, you got to do it on your device. Can you call in on another device or no? Because I know a lot of people are just straight mobile right now.
I tell you what. Okay, if you entertain the rest of the Back to Business Sisters on the phone, I will go downstairs and get my home phone. Yes, I'm one of the only 3 people in the world that still has a home phone, and I will dial you back on. I'll have to call you back on my home phone.
Okay, that's great.
Call you back from my home phone, but I'm keeping you here for now. Or do you want me to dial off so I can? Yeah, I might as well just dial off. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just hang up. Hang up, and I'm going to keep it keeping on. We're going to keep rocking.
Okay, and how will I get back on? Well, I got to find your number again, or how will you find me? Maybe that's the question.
Oh, as soon as you get in, just hit *6 and 1.
Very good. Okay, I will be back. Keep them
awesome.
entertained. Bye.
I love it, ladies. We have the wonderful Kim Coles in the building. Y'all are too funny. I see Katoya says, OMG. Let me see up here. I'm scrolling. OMG, just thinking about Sinclair and also Strictly Business in Living Color and Martin. I know, right? Taking us way back. We got that way back machine right now. You guys are rocking and rolling with me. Yes, you are just hanging on. As somebody says, should we just hang on? Yes, y'all are hanging on. I believe that the success of your business depends on the company that you keep. As you can tell, we've got the amazing Kim Coles. You guys are in amazing company. And I want you to have the opportunity to not only hear her speak, but to see her. So if you guys are as multifunctional as we are going to rock and roll with the remainder of her motivational keynote message. We're going to stay here on in our little webinar land that we're in as well. But we're also going to give Kim the opportunity to jump on Periscope so we can have that access as well. If you can see her on the scope, awesome. If you cannot, no worries, because I will record it and integrate it into the audio so that you have an opportunity to see her. We wanted this session to be a webinar with the webcam so you could see her and hear her. I love Kim. But I said to myself, let's integrate scope and see how we can make that happen. So we've taken a little bit of a detour into the session. Again, if you can watch the scope while you're listening, most of you are listening over the phone, right? So if you can watch the scope on her Kim Coles, periscope.tv/Kim Coles, you can go and watch it on your computer or watch it on your mobile device. For those of you who are participating live, because right now you're just looking at the screenshot, right? You're just looking at the awesome follow your personal GPS shot that we have here. So you're totally welcome to, jump out of that and just continue to listen on the phone while Kim gets started. But again, the beauty in what we do as far as technology is concerned is that we can always kind of be creative, add on new things to make the experience even more amazing. And I love Kim for taking a power pause to indulge me in this little detour activity we have. But so far, ladies, I hope you're enjoying this session and taking notes. I know that I am. I definitely had to my ears perked up when she said, she did 7 shows. 7 shows in 8 days. Sometimes you got to push. I told you guys once I did 90 videos for my technology tools and talk. I did 90 videos in 3 days so I could schedule that content out. You got to push when you want that fire and focus. And what I love that she says, you have to plan with the end in mind. So for me, when I did my videos, I said, look, I want to be able to reach more people. I want to build my social media visibility. In order to do that, you have to create kick-ass content. So I'm going to sit down. I'm going to write as many of these things as I can. I'm going to do as many videos as I can and knock it out. I love that, again, she talked about 17 shows in 8 days because the formula doesn't change, whether you're in one industry or another. At the end of the day, it requires consistency. Ayana says, yes, I love this. I tried to do that. I need a Red Bull. I need a Red Bull to keep up with that energy. I know, but sometimes, real talk, when you got that hunger, you got that I need to get to the next level hunger, that's that Red Bull. That's that magic bullet that's going to wake you up or keep you up so you can move forward. But, yes, you really have an opportunity to do that if that is something that you can do. So Kim is in the building, and we're going to figure out how to make this work. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm just going to power pause the recording.
And now I am on Periscope Live, and I'm on the Back to Business Extravaganza Live, talking about GPS. If you're done with all this, you can all go to KimColeGPS.com. But it's costing me a hot flash to put this bar down. Okay. LaShanda, I have followed your instructions. I am here. What would you have me do?
Oh, my goodness. I love it. You are absolutely fabulous. We're about to rock it out. All of y'all inside the Power Circle. Kim Coles. I can't even talk right. I can't talk right now. So we got the scope. We got the webinar. I want you to jump right back in from where you left off. Let them know what GPS stands for. Continue your session. Rocking it out.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Mwah.
Okay. I'm giving you kisses back. Okay, so I'm going to talk to everyone who's listening, and I want to thank everybody who's turned on to this beautiful Periscope. What I was talking about on the Back to Business seminar is about finding your GPS. GPS is the term for Global Positioning System, and we all know that that's GPS, right? And you know how you put your GPS system or your MapQuest or your Google Maps on, and you put in a destination where you want to go. You tell it where you want it to go. In my car, I have that button I press, OnStar, how can I help you? OnStar. And you tell it your directions. That's how it sounds, like OnStar. And so you tell OnStar where you want to go, you put in the destination, and it takes you turn by turn to the place, the destination you want to go. it got me thinking, what if I decided to start putting a GPS system on my life? And I did that last year for the first time. Rather than just being unfocused and going wherever I had to go and just like ending up there kind of, sort of, whenever, I decided to put a GPS system on in my life. In other words, paying attention to the outcome that I wanted and then plotting in navigation to get me turn by turn where I wanted to go. I was sharing with the ladies on the Sister Sense Back to Business seminar that I did that last year with my stand-up comedy special. I knew that this is the first time in my 29 years of being in business. By the way, this is my 30th year. The first time in my 29 years at the time that I was being given my very first stand-up comedy special. Yo, I'm a veteran. I've been in the business for a long time, and now finally I was being given my very own comedy special. I needed to be ready. I couldn't just play. This is not playtime. Playtime is over, okay? And so now, I prepared myself. I got myself ready. The outcome, the destination I wanted to be was, the destination where I wanted to be was standing on stage, making the people laugh, feeling good about myself, feeling solid in my material, and feeling great. And I knew that the way to get that was I had to work and navigate a plan. So the plan was, I got myself back into the comedy clubs. I did 18 or 19 shows in 8 days in my hometown of New York City. I then came back to LA and I honed that material. I did a bunch more shows. I've never done 18 shows in 8 days. Why would you? Who wants to work that hard? I do when I had something in mind. And I'm telling this, and the reason why she wanted me to pop on Periscope and share this with you guys is that, do you have a destination in mind in your life? It could be that you want to lose some weight. It could be that you want to start a new business. It could be that you want to meet a great mate. Actually, the GPS system helped me meet the husband that I have right now. I got really clear about the type of man that I wanted to be with. He was the destination, and the way to get there was to work on myself. The way to get there was to answer questions and clear out old cobwebs of old relationships that didn't work and clear away stuff that in me that didn't work anymore. That was my destination, was a great man, and I got him. The destination for you might be to start your very first business. The destination for you might be to finish school. The destination for me might be to get them kids out your house, get them away at school. Whatever your destination is, you put that outcome in your mind, you put your outcome there, and then you plot your own GPS system to get there. Now, just because I think I'm extra clever and extra cute, and this is actually where we left off at the Sister Sense Back to Business seminar, is I made GPS mean something completely different. So yes, it means global positioning system, but it also means gratitude, passion, success. And I believe that that is the way to get where you need to go. Thank y'all for hearting me up. I appreciate the hearts. So give me all that love right now. If you like what I'm saying to you, if this means something, if it's resonating with you, then thank you for giving me all those tap, tap, tap. As LaShanda would say, tap, 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 tap up all the hearts. I appreciate it. Gratitude is being grateful for what you already have, because nothing more will come to you if you're not grateful for what you've already been given. In my case, I know that I've been given by God, by source, by the universe. God is my source. I know that I've been downloaded everything that I need right now to become the success that I want to be, to have what I want to have, to be who I want to be. Be grateful for where you are right now. And by the way, that gratitude works especially well when things are not looking the way you want them to look. I could tell you about when the residual checks started slowing down. I can tell you about how I shopped through all my living single money. I did. I'm very transparent about a really dark time in my life where things were not working the way I wanted them to. I was no longer on a hit show, and I had to figure out who I was when I was no longer Sinclair. Woo, 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 woo. I was still Kim whether I was working or not, and I had to get grateful to get out of a depression that was causing me to spend all my money. We'll talk about that some other time. And that's actually the root of all this, is that I had to get grateful for what I already had. I still had a roof over my head. I still had friends and family that loved me. I still had my talent and my gifts that were God-given. And I still had the desire to go out and share my gifts with the world. Gratitude gets you clear, you guys. It's the perfect way to get clear about what really, really matters. And I started a gratitude journal, and it worked. And so I'm just sharing that with you today. If you want to get really focused on where you want to be where you want to go one day, stop and be grateful. That's the G in GPS. Then the P is for passion. Passion is all about your passion and your purpose. By the way, your passion leads to your purpose. What lights you up every single day? What makes you happy every single day? What really do you really want to do? Not the job that you have right now, but the gifts that you've been given. Do you sing? Do you teach? Do you dance? Do you write? Do you draw? What do you do? What do you do that is the thing that you do that you could do it day in, day night, day in and day out without even breathing, without eating? What is the thing that you would do even if you didn't get paid for it? Somebody just wrote, man, I needed to, hey, Brown Sugar, you needed to hear this today, then this message was meant for you. This message is meant for anyone who needs to hear that you have a gift inside of you, and that is the thing that you should be doing. Since I was a little girl, I love to make people laugh. I love to perform. I am doing the thing that I came here to do. Now it's the time for me to share this message in this way so that you can be fired up and focused. Those are LaShanda's words, fired up and focused, and get on the path where you need to go, okay? Then the last element is S, and S stands for success. And I want you guys to know that success is not about how many red-bottom shoes. I don't care how many reality shows you watch and how many of them divas are wearing them red-bottom shoes. Let me say this for the record, that some of them can't even really afford those shoes. That's a stylist hooking them up with the shoes. That's number one. Number two, if you really can't afford the red-bottom shoes, I applaud you. Go and get you a pair or two or three. But understand that the red wears off when you walk. Let me say that again. When you walk in the red-bottom shoes, the red wears off like your wallet is bleeding. And if you don't have the rest of your financial life in order, then you are letting your wallet bleed all over the street when you walk in them fancy red-bottom shoes. This is a metaphor, if you get what I'm saying. And so I know because I've had some red-bottom shoes, and I know because they don't mean success to me. It's a trap of success. I mean, it's a sign of success, I should say. Standing on a red carpet and smiling for the cameras looks as if I'm successful. But if I don't feel successful from the inside out, if I'm not clear about what success really means to me, for me it means legacy and leaving something to my generation. I don't have kids, but it means leaving something in the world. It means having family and friends that surround me and love me. Success means feeling confident from the inside out. Success means so many things for me and for you too. You have to define what true success is. And so if it means the material things are just the outward expression. But there's so much more that's about success on the inside out. And when you have success on the inside out, truly, all that other stuff doesn't matter. And so LaShanda Henry of Sister Sense, we are right now in the middle of our Back to Business seminar. Fire and focus is what she's all about. And y'all can give me some fire signs. If y'all throw up some little fire, you know the little icon that's fire, 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 that will let LaShanda know how much we love her and how much we appreciate that she asked me to pop on to Periscope in the middle of doing her other seminar for me to come and share with you all that fire and focus. And thank y'all for the tap, tap, tap for the love. I appreciate the love. I like the hands up. I see the heart, the hearts and the fire. It's about being fired up in your life, being fired up in your soul, being fired up in your passion, your true passion, so that you may be able to fire your boss. Maybe it's time for you to fire your boss. Maybe it's time for you to lose those extra 20 pounds. I know that's a quest I'm on. Maybe it's time for you to start that business you've always wanted to start. Maybe it's time for you to ... fill in the blank. Maybe it is time. And the way you do it is you put a GPS system on in your life. You decide your outcome, and you start to navigate yourself to your turn-by-turn directions. What do I need to do today? What do I need to do in the next 15 minutes to move me closer to my goal? What do I need to do this weekend to move me closer towards my goal? I'm going to say this to you guys, and someone just told me this. It's so powerful. It's 2 questions that can put you into perspective. And LaShanda, I don't know how much longer you wanted me to go on Periscope. Can I just keep going? I'm making myself cry. Hold on now. Hold on. Don't look. I'm digging in my nose. Hold on, because it's making me cry just a little bit. And I'm getting excited. I'm getting fired and focused up. Fired and focused. Now listen. There's 2 questions I want you to ask yourself.
Yes, keep going. Keep going.
Okay. I just pick in my nose on Periscope. My nose is running because it's causing me to cry a little bit on the inside, and I'm just trying to get my sinus situation together. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 questions. Yes, somebody just said happiness is success. Maybe I should ask you guys before I go on, how do you define success? So somebody just said happiness. Good. Somebody else said, anybody else want to tell me what they think success is? Success is not a fancy designer outfit. It's pretty. It looks really good. Yeah, you'd be photographed in it. People are going to love this little designer outfit on you, but that's not what success is. That is not. If it's not from the inside out, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And take it from somebody who has had the outward success and learned to love the inward success because the material stuff began to go away. I don't know if I said this already, but I shopped away a lot of my success. I shopped away a lot of my outward success. I gave a lot of it away. I dated men who didn't have much going on, so I gave them things. You know, I was buying love and buying friends. You know, I would take people I didn't even know out to big dinners. I don't have that money now. I don't have that money now. What I have now is something else. I have inward success, and I have new streams of income that come from the inside out. I'm still a part of Hollywood. In fact, my husband and I, our wedding show airs on the WE channel. It's called Celebrations by David Tutera. Airs December 11th. Success is love. Success, somebody said, is perseverance. Someone says success is God's love, to give back, a happy soul, a happy family. This is success. You guys get it. You understand it. You get it. So making and controlling my own schedule, I say it that way, my own schedule, yes, that is success. Being happy and content with your life, that is success. You get it. My Periscope family gets it, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Contentment, being happy. To have and like who you are is huge. Whoever that said that, thank you so much for that. My phone is ringing. My phone was ringing in the middle of that. Did you get that? Are we back? Are we back, you guys? Tap, tap, tap. Are we back? Okay. Are we back? Sorry about that. I had a phone call in the middle. I don't know how you fix that. Okay. So I'm going to ask you 2 questions. And this is about giving you perspective and clarity. So if an invisible person, and I don't want to sound weird, but if an invisible person came into your life one day and watched you for a day, what would that invisible person see? Would they see you being productive? Would they see you kind of, playing around and not getting stuff done? Would they see you being authentic? What would this invisible person see? And that's the first question. And then the next part of that question, and let me just, because I wrote it down actually, so I wanted to get it right. Hold, please. I thought I wrote it down. Here it is, yes. So, no. Yeah. If an invisible person followed you around all day long for an average day, what would they see? What actions are you taking towards your goal, toward your outcome? What are you working towards? What would they see? And then here comes the magic. The second question is, if that same invisible person came back and visited you 5 years from now, what would they see? Would you have moved further towards your goals, towards your dreams, towards your passions 5 years from now if you keep doing what you're doing today? So I'm going to ask you that again. What are you doing today? And if an invisible person came and looked at your life and saw what you did today, and it's not about judging, not about how many potato chips you ate and how much chocolate you ate, how you drunk dialed that guy. That's not about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your dreams and your outcomes and your big vision of your life. This invisible person is not going to judge you, and they're just coming to watch. And if 5 years from now that same invisible person came back, what would they see? What would you have done that day to move yourself a little bit closer to your goal? And this is not about judging or about, how do I say it, about, what are you doing today? What have you done? Do 15 minutes towards your goal. If you like to paint, paint today for 15 minutes. If you want to start a business, spend 15, 20 minutes today researching your business, researching your market, understanding your products. Spend 15 minutes developing yourself. Spend 15 minutes developing a part of your life that needs that attention. I know this is just stuff that's, LaShanda asked me to come on and talk to you guys today, and I'm so grateful that she did because, all these things I'm saying to you, things I need to say for myself. This is not me coming as some, big guru. It's all stuff that I had to figure out for myself, Every day, just do
Kim, the live scope just stopped for a second. Just wanted to let you know that. But we're loving your energy and we're loving all of the words of wisdom that you are sharing right now. Ladies,
because the live
scope, it just stopped for a second here. I don't know if you want to stop and go back in there. But ladies, I just have to say thank you so much for Kim Coles for being here. Ayana said she can still see you. It looked like it stopped on my end.
It may have stopped for a moment, but I think it's continuing to go. You guys, can you still hear me on Periscope? Let me hear some love.
Okay.
Give me a few taps if you still see me on the scope.
Good. So long as they can still see you. Wonderful. Yes, wonderful. We're loving the energy. We're loving that vibe. So continue to share. Ladies, continue to interject. Let us know who you are and what you're feeling right now. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you. You guys are still here, so thank you. So I'm going to wrap it up because I don't want to monopolize everything because I know, LaShanda, you want to get back to the rest of your back to business sister sense extravaganza is what I call it. For those of you just jumping in on Periscope, if somebody's jumping in, she asked, LaShanda Henry of Sister Sense asked me to come on and talk about gratitude, passion, success, which is what I'm talking about on her live webinar. If you guys want to know some more, I'm going to just throw up my little sign here. You can go to KimColesGPS.com. KimColesGPS.com. And what I have is a workshop that I'm launching in November. I'm relaunching in November called Gratitude, Passion, Success, The Divine Gift of the Journey. Go to KimColesGPS.com and get on the mailing list for that so that you can hear first about this incredible workshop that I'm going to be doing that's going to help people get on the path, get on, navigate in their lives towards the place that they really want to be, whatever that is, and you get to choose what that is. And that's the great thing about life is you get to choose your destination, and then you get to go on this amazing journey. Life is a journey, you guys, and allow yourselves to be all right with the ups and the downs, the challenges. The challenges are what make you strong. As my husband always says, God gave you challenges. There are people who say, I want to give my problems to God. And he says, don't give your problems to God. God gave you problems to strengthen you. Maybe the problem that you have been given has been given to you and just to you to work it out. And when you work it out, that is part of your gift and part of your purpose. And if you haven't heard that yet, that's actually a little secret I want to share with you. You're really looking for your purpose and you're looking for your passion. The truth is, it's where you have gone through a challenge, where you are, let's say, weak, and I don't mean that in a judgy way, where you have some challenges, where you have some places that aren't your strengths, is actually the place of your gift and the place of your strength, which is sharing with other people. I went through the challenges that I went through so I could come on Periscope right now and come and talk to all of y'all. Or I can come on the Sister Sense Back to Business Extravaganza to share my journey and help others. And so that's it in a nutshell. GPS put the Global Positioning System, also known as Gratitude, Passion, Success, on in your life and let it get you towards the destination of your dreams. By being authentic with who you are, by being grateful for what's already working in your life, by being focused on what your true passions, your true power, and your true purpose is. That's what the P stands for, power or purpose or passion, and S for success. And by the way, I'm going to add this little piece. The S is also for self-love. You have to love yourself. Who on this Periscope right now loves themselves? Who here loves themselves? Give yourself some hearts for loving yourself. Loving yourself. Oh, I see the love right there. You love yourself. You know that you're glad to be you. Be grateful to be you. There's only one you on this planet. You know, as a little girl, I always got so confused when people said, you know, there's only one me. What do you mean there's only one me? And yet at the same time, we all have the same wants and desires and hopes and dreams. We are all completely different and yet all the same at the same time. As a little girl, that used to blow my mind. And now as a grown-up woman, it still blows my mind, but it makes me happy to know that we are the same and we are unique at the same time. So thank you all so much for participating in my little impromptu Periscope. And thank you, LaShanda Henry of Sister Sense, for encouraging me to come on to the scope and do this. I was going to scope much later on today, but you told me to do it now, so here I am. So you guys, if you want to connect with me, don't forget you can go to KimColesGPS.com. That actually gets you onto my email list and gets you into that workshop. I'm launching it in November, like I said. I would love to have you join me. It's really me in the course. We have a Facebook page, and we actually have already done it. I call it the Sisterhood of Gratitude. You get to be part of the Facebook group. I never shut that Facebook down. We get to have one-on-one conversations about gratitude, passion, success. Where are you going? Where are you going? If you put your gratitude, your passion, and success GPS system on in place, you're going to get there with flying colors. Thank you all so much for being on my Periscope. And I'll scope tomorrow or later on or come back and give some love. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you so much. By the way, I also have a showbiz course that's coming up soon. I'll be announcing that shortly. I'm so excited. Thank you, guys. Somebody said they needed this. You're welcome. You're welcome. Much, much love to all of y'all. This was my Kimspiration for the day. Kimspiration. Bye.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Ladies, I hope you are enjoying our session for today. I cannot say enough. Thank you so much, Kim, for going up, for going down, for bouncing in, for bouncing out. We are about fire and focus, fast-tracking your directions. And what I love about this is it was a bumpy ride, but we got to the end. We got to that destination.
Yes, we did. I want to thank you for the privilege of playing in this way. I went up and down my staircase 2 or 3 times. Technology was not agreeing with me, and finally I got it together. So thank you so much for the privilege. I hope I didn't go too over time, but we made it happen, didn't we, sis?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Ladies, we are loving, we are living, we are all about gratitude and sisterhood. I definitely want to make sure that you follow Kim. You take advantage of being a part of her community as well. You can never be in enough communities. You can never have enough powerful, supportive people around you to lift you up, motivate you to move forward, and continue to help you stay focused and fired up. So thank you once again, Kim, talking about how to follow your personal GPS, gratitude, passion, and success. Love it. Oh. So, ladies, we are going to take a power pause for a session here, and then we're going to jump right back in. So, once again, thank you for joining us inside the Sister Sense Power Circle. If you are just coming in, you can make sure that you're a part of our Facebook community over at facebook.sistersense.com, so you can join the conversation in there as well. But we're going to continue into our blogging and business mastermind coming up just a bit.